Darling, do you think I, Duchess Dollars, reached this level of opulence by throwing money away like toilet paper? As if, wake up to reality. The truly rich know that to maintain wealth, you need to be smart with your money. It's like my Mr. Millionaire always says before sleeping on his 1,000-thread count Egyptian silk sheets. Honey, it's not about how much you earn, it's about how much you keep. While I'm sitting here on my Italian imported velvet sofa caressing my Chanel, not the bag, my little dog, darling, let me tell you something shocking. Even people with private jets have strategies to avoid throwing money out the window. You know Taylor Swift, that blonde girl who makes billions on tours? She was seen using coupons at the supermarket. That's right, coupons. A woman who could buy the entire supermarket. It's about being smart, not about being miserable. Most people think being rich is about showing off, splurging, spending without limits. But darling, that's what new money does. Those people who win the lottery and 3 years later are more broke than a window at a protest. The truly rich, those who maintain fortunes for generations, know exactly where every penny is being invested. Last week, I was in Palm Beach at the annual party of a real estate billionaire. I can't reveal names, darling. I signed an NDA. And do you know what he told me while we were drinking $2,000 a bottle champagne? Duchess, yesterday I canceled my streaming subscription because it went up $3 per month. $3. A man who could buy the entire company. That's thinking like the rich, my dear. And as superficial as I may seem, thank you, by the way, I've worked hard for that. I have 5 secrets that I religiously use to keep my bank account as full as my closet of Louboutin. Secret 1. Differentiate between desire and necessity, my dear. I'll tell you something. Last week, I saw a Birkin bag that cost as much as an apartment in a prime location. I took a deep breath, thought for 3 days, and you know what I did? I didn't buy it. Sure, I already have 7, but the point is, I've learned to pause before buying. You need to ask yourself, will this item change my life or just give me 5 minutes of dopamine? The 30-day rule is my salvation. When I see something expensive that makes my mouth water, I put it in my future desires notepad and wait 30 days. If after a month I'm still thinking about it every day, maybe it's worth it. Do you know how many times I actually bought something from that list? Less than 10%. The desire passed. Like that crush on a poor boy that disappears when you discover he shares Netflix with his ex. Most people are drowning in debt because they confuse want with need. Darling, it's okay to want things, but be honest with yourself. Is it desire or necessity? Don't be like Jessica, my ex-friend who had 5 maxed out credit cards, but insisted on buying that dubious designer bag just because she saw an influencer using it. The same influencer who, between us, probably got the bag for free and is earning commission to make you buy it. Jessica is now selling items on Marketplace and paying for therapy to cure her shopping addiction. Even I, who socialize with the super rich, see absurdities. That actress from the movie that won the Oscar last year, she declared bankruptcy because she spent $30,000 per month just on flowers. Flowers. Things that die in a week. If she had invested that money in flower company stocks, she'd still be rich today. A golden tip I learned from my father, who, between us, wasn't born rich like me. Ask yourself how much that item will cost per use. A $1,000 dress that you wear 50 times costs $20 per use. But that $300 party dress that you wore once and never again, that costs $300 per use. Which is the better investment? Stop and think. Do you really need this, or are you just trying to fill an existential void with material things? I speak from personal experience, darling. It's cheaper to go to therapy than to buy another designer bag. And look, therapy with my Swiss psychoanalyst isn't cheap at all. Secret 2, invest in timeless items, not passing trends. I know that low-waisted pants are coming back into fashion, but let's be honest, in 2 months, they'll be over. True luxury is investing in timeless pieces that last decades. My Chanel coat that cost the price of a popular car, I've had it for 15 years and it's still perfect. In fact, it's worth more today than when I bought it. That's what I call an investment, my dear. Meanwhile, that trendy blouse from the fast fashion store is already faded after 3 washes and has more holes than a poor boy's argument trying to convince you to split the bill. I want to give you a reality check. 80% of your wardrobe you never wear. Never. Go check. It's the famous Pareto law applied to your looks. You wear 20% of your clothes 80% of the time. So why the hell do you keep buying more of the same? It's that old story. Sometimes cheap ends up being very expensive. Think like a millionaire. I prefer to have 5 incredible pieces than 50 mediocre ones. Quality always beats quantity, my dear. That genuine Italian leather bag that costs 3 times more will last 10 times longer than the cheap knockoff. I have a golden rule for buying any luxury item. If I can't afford to buy at least 3 of them without wrecking my finances, then I can't afford even one. This prevents me from acting rich by buying something I actually can't afford. Even Princess Kate Middleton, who could wear a different outfit every day for years, strategically repeats clothes. This isn't being poor. This is being smart. She knows that certain pieces tell a story, create a personal signature. There's also the concept of cost per use that smart people apply. My $900 Louboutins? I've worn them at least twice a week for 5 years. That's less than $2 per use. But what about those cheap $100 heels that hurt your feet so much you never wore them again? $100 per use. See the mathematics of wealth at work? And don't forget the resale market. Quality pieces maintain value. I cleaned out my closet last year and sold some designer bags I wasn't using anymore for 70% of what I paid 10 years ago. Try doing that with your fast fashion clothing, darling. Secret 3, negotiate everything even when you can afford it. Think the rich pay full price? Never. The more money you have, the more discounts you get. Seems unfair, but that's life, darling. The rich don't get rich by paying what others pay. I'll tell you a secret from the millionaire world. Everything has room for negotiation. Everything. From the supermarket cart to the private jet. The difference is that people like me aren't ashamed to ask. I always ask for a discount. At the 5-star hotel in Paris, I asked for a free room upgrade and still got complimentary breakfast for my entire stay. At the luxury jewelry store, I negotiated and got a pair of earrings along with that diamond necklace. When buying my apartment, I closed at 15% below the advertised price. You think I'm joking? Ask Mr. Millionaire how we got that yacht with a 30% discount on the Côte d'Azur last year. People are ashamed to negotiate, but I'm not ashamed to get richer. The no you already have, go after the humiliation. The negotiation. A tactic I always use. I'm comparing with another place that offered me X. Can you give me a better price? This always works. Another infallible strategy. Befriend the managers. A coffee, a sincere compliment, a gift during the holiday season. Build relationships. My favorite Dior salesperson calls me when they have exclusive pre-sales with 30% discount. Also know the best time to buy each thing. Airline tickets? Tuesdays, 3 months before the trip. Cars? End of the month when salespeople are desperate to meet their targets. Jewelry? January after Christmas. Designer clothes? End of season? Always. Leonardo DiCaprio, the one who only dates models under 25, TikTok girls, is known for bargaining even in Michelin-starred restaurants. And he could buy the entire chain. Oh, and if you're thinking, but Duchess, I'm embarrassed? Darling, what's more embarrassing? Asking for a discount or not having money? Think about it. Shame is borrowing money to pay bills because you spent everything paying full price. Secret 4, automate your savings before you see the money. Before spending a penny on Dom Perignon champagne or beluga caviar, 30% of my money goes directly to investments. It's as if that money never existed in my checking account. I can't spend what I don't see, understand? This is called paying yourself first, and it's what all rich people do. My accountant sets up automatic transfers on the exact day the money hits the account. One part goes to real estate, another to stocks, another to fixed income, and so on. Only then comes the fun part of spending the rest. Oh, Duchess, but I can barely make it to the end of the month. Darling, start with 1% then go to 2%, 5%, 10%. The point is, pay yourself first, even if it's a ridiculously small amount at first. The habit is more important than the amount. I wouldn't be a millionaire if I spent everything I earn. Have multiple bank accounts with different purposes. In my home economics, it works like this. Account 1, income and daily expenses. Account 2, emergency reserve. Yes, even I need this. Account 3, short-term goals. That trip to Bali, darling. Account 4, long-term investments. Account 5, donations. Yes, I'm generous. Don't confuse being rich with being miserly. The difference between us and them, the poor, is that we save before spending, not after. It's basic math that even someone who went to public school can understand. And it's no use earning more if you continue with the same bad financial habits. I know doctors who earn $30,000 a month and are drowning in debt, while I have a teacher friend who invests $800 every month for 15 years and already has more than $1 million in her account. Jeff Bezos, before becoming the richest man in the world, drove an old Honda Accord even when he was already a millionaire, and he still brought lunch from home. Priorities, my dear. Priorities. Oh, and one last valuable tip. Every time you get extra money, bonus, gift, inheritance, tax refund, put at least 50% directly into investments. You weren't counting on this money anyway, so you won't miss it. That's how you build wealth without suffering. Secret 5. Have multiple sources of income, even if it's a feat OnlyFans. I have 7 different income sources. 7. My YouTube channel is just one of them. I have investments in stocks that pay quarterly dividends, rental properties in 3 different countries, my beauty product line, stakes in promising startups, book royalties, luxury consulting for premium brands, and, well, Mr. Millionaire's money also counts, right? It's what I call passive marital income. If you depend on a single salary or source of income, you're practically begging to stay middle class, or worse. It's like betting all your financial security on a single company. The truly rich have money coming in from all sides 24 hours a day, even when they're sleeping, drinking champagne, or having their cryotherapy sessions. The secret to creating multiple incomes is to start with your current talents and resources. What do you do well? Cooking? Sell gourmet meal prep on weekends? Speak English? Give online classes? Have a spare room? Rent it on Airbnb? Understand makeup? Create tutorials and monetize? Have a good camera? Take photos for small businesses. Start small. Sell things you no longer use on Marketplace. Do freelance work in your spare time. Invest that little bit left at the end of the month in some ETF or real estate fund that pays monthly dividends. Build your empire brick by brick. Rome wasn't built in a day, and neither was Duchess Dollars' fortune. Well, part was inheritance, but that's irrelevant to the argument. A practical example. My personal stylist earns $3,000 per month with her main job, but she also gives online consultations, $1,000 per month, sells vintage clothes on an Instagram profile, $800 per month, and rents luxury accessories for events, $1,200 per month. The result? She more than doubled her income without needing more hours in the day. Remember, the goal isn't to work more, it's to make your money work for you. Passive income is the holy grail of wealth. That's why I always say, if you don't have at least one source of income while you sleep, you'll never be truly rich. And no, I'm not talking about pyramid schemes or selling courses on how to get rich or those digital marketing schemes that promise $15,000 in 15 days. It's 2025, darling. That scam has run its course. I'm talking about building real assets that generate value for people and money for you. Oh, and if you're thinking, but Duchess, I don't have time for this. How much time do you spend on TikTok per day? Netflix? Instagram? Exactly. You have time. You just don't have priorities. Recapping the 5 secrets that even I, an extravagant millionaire, use to not throw money out the window. Differentiate between desire and necessity. Use the 30-day rule and calculate the cost per use. Invest in timeless items. Quality beats quantity, always. Negotiate everything, even when you can afford to pay. The rich are rich because they know the value of money. Automate your savings. Pay yourself first before the money evaporates. Create multiple sources of income. Never depend on a single flow of money. See, you don't need to be born rich or marry a millionaire to think like one. It's all about mindset and smart money habits. You may not have been born with a silver spoon like me, but you can build your own financial dynasty. Stop settling for crumbs when you can have the entire banquet. Stop hanging out with people who celebrate when their salary hits and are broke 3 days later. Surround yourself with people who talk about investments, not installment plans. As that saying goes that I read in a book, or maybe it was on TikTok, you are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. If they're all poor, guess what happens? So, subscribe to this channel now. Consider me as one of your 5 people. I promise to raise your average. By the way, Chanel is looking at me with that little face of, Mommy needs to buy more gourmet treats imported from Switzerland, so I'll end here. It's not easy to maintain a Yorkshire with standards as high as mine, but any sacrifice for her, except buying dubious brand dog food, of course. Oh, and don't think I'm perfect. I still make occasional financial mistakes. Last week, I bought a dress that was too expensive to wear just once at an event. But unlike most people, I recognized the mistake, returned the dress, and rented an even more spectacular one for a tenth of the price. Learn from my mistakes so you don't have to make your own. If you want more tips from an authentic millionaire with no filters, subscribe to the channel, leave your like, and hit the bell. The faster you subscribe, the faster the algorithm will show you how to get rich like me. And if you're tired of boring financial content presented by balding middle-aged men with tedious slideshows, welcome to your new favorite channel. I've left several links for products worthy of a rich woman in the first pinned comment. These are products that I use and approve, and some even earn me a little commission, because a smart millionaire monetizes everything, darling. And remember, the rich think, the poor spend. Comment this phrase if you loved the video and are ready to change your financial mindset. Duchess Dollars dispensing financial wisdom while drinking $5,000 a glass champagne and planning her next trip to Saint Tropez. You're welcome, darling.